Hey, what's up, guys? It's your investing guru, IGGY, the Investing Iguana, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a crazy story for you. It's about a man who won the lottery 14 times using incredibly basic math. Yes, you heard me right. 14 times. And no, he didn't cheat or use any illegal tricks. He just used his brain and some simple calculations to beat the odds and make millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around and I'll tell you how he did it. But before we get into that, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Alright, let's get into the story. The man I'm talking about is Stefan Mandel, a Romanian-Australian economist and mathematician who lived under the oppressive regime of communist Romania in the 1960s. He was struggling to support his wife and 2 children on a salary equivalent to just $88 a month. He wanted to escape his situation and find a better life in the West. But he didn't have enough money to do that. So he decided to do something that most people would consider impossible. He decided to win the lottery. Now, you might be thinking, how can you win the lottery? It's all luck. The chances are so low that it's not even worth trying. Well, that's true for most people. But not for Stefan Mandel. He realized that there was a way to guarantee a lottery win using math. And it wasn't rocket science. It was actually pretty simple. Here's how it worked. Mandel figured out that the key to winning the lottery was to identify jackpots that had gotten 3 times larger than the total potential number of winning combinations. For example, let's say there's a lottery that requires you to pick 6 numbers ranging from 1 to 40. There are a possible 3,838,380 winning combinations in this lottery. So Mandel would wait until the jackpot rose to 3 times that number, about $11.5 million. Then he would buy a ticket for every single combination. That would cost him $3.8 million, but he would be guaranteed to win the jackpot of $11.5 million, making a profit of $7.7 million. Of course, he would have to pay taxes and split the prize with other winners if there were any, but he would still end up with a lot more money than he started with. But how did he get the money to buy all those tickets? Well, he didn't do it alone. He recruited a group of investors who would each contribute a relatively small amount, a few $1,000s each, in exchange for a share of the winnings. He also used computers and printers to generate millions of tickets with every combination, which was legal at the time, and then took them to authorized lotto dealers to be bought and entered. And guess what? It worked. Mandel won his first lottery in Romania in 1964 and then moved to Israel with his family. He continued his scheme there and won another 12 lotteries in various countries over the next 2 decades. He made enough money to move to Australia in 1981 and became a citizen there. But he wasn't done yet. He wanted to pull off his biggest win ever, the Virginia lottery in the U.S. in 1992. The jackpot was $27 million, and there were 7 million possible combinations. Mandel raised $5 million from his investors and bought 7 million tickets using his method. He shipped them by plane from Australia to the U.S. and hired dozens of people to sort them and deliver them to hundreds of stores across Virginia. It was a massive operation that took months of planning and execution. But it paid off big time. Mandel won the jackpot. He also matched 5 out of 6 numbers on over 400,000 tickets, earning him another $900,000 in prizes. However, not everything went smoothly for Mandel after that. The U.S. authorities were suspicious of his win and launched an investigation into his activities. They found no evidence of fraud or wrongdoing, but they did accuse him of violating some obscure laws regarding lotteries and securities. Mandel was sentenced in absentia to 10 months in prison by an Israeli court for non-publication of a prospectus, whatever that means, but he never served any time because the conviction was thrown out by the Israeli Supreme Court 6 months later. Mandel also faced some legal troubles in Australia, where he was sued by some of his investors who claimed they didn't receive their fair share of the winnings. He also had to deal with the tax authorities who wanted a piece of his pie. He ended up losing most of his fortune in lawsuits and settlements and declared bankruptcy in 1995. But despite all the challenges and setbacks, Mandel never regretted his lottery adventures. He said he was proud of what he achieved and that he enjoyed the thrill of the game. He also said he learned a lot from his experiences and that he was happy to have helped his family and friends along the way. Mandel retired from the lottery business after his Virginia win and moved to a tropical island in the South Pacific with his wife. He lived a quiet and modest life there until he passed away in 2018 at the age of 87. So, what can we learn from Stefan Mandel's story? Well, I think there are a few lessons here. First, math is powerful. If you know how to use it, you can do amazing things that seem impossible to others. Mandel proved that you can win the lottery with math, not luck. Of course, his method wouldn't work today because most lotteries have changed their rules to prevent people from buying all the combinations or using computers and printers to generate tickets. But the principle remains: math can help you solve problems and achieve your goals. Second, persistence is key. Mandel didn't win the lottery overnight. He spent years studying, researching, planning, and executing his strategy. He faced many obstacles and challenges along the way, but he never gave up. He kept trying until he succeeded. He also adapted to changing circumstances and improved his method over time. He showed that if you have a vision and a plan, you can make it happen. Third, risk is inevitable. Mandel took a lot of risks in his lottery endeavors. He risked losing his money, his reputation, his freedom, and even his life. He also risked upsetting the authorities, the lottery organizers, and his investors. He knew that there was no guarantee of success and that there were many factors beyond his control. But he also knew that without risk, there is no reward. He was willing to take calculated risks in pursuit of his dreams. And finally, happiness is relative. Mandel won millions of dollars in the lottery, but he didn't become rich or famous. He also lost most of his money in legal battles and taxes, but he didn't become poor or miserable. He said he was happy with what he had and what he did. He didn't let money define him or his happiness. He valued his family, his friends, and his freedom more than anything else. So there you have it, guys, the story of Stefan Mandel, the man who won the lottery 14 times using incredibly basic math. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it. Well folks, that's a wrap. If this video tickled your finance bone and left you richer in knowledge, go on and hit that like button with the same vigor you'd use to grab a discounted item off a store shelf. It's the secret handshake that tells us you enjoyed the journey. And hey, it's a free way to vote for more finance-savvy content. While you're here, why not subscribe and become a member of the Iguana Club? We promise, no initiation rituals or secret handshakes, just solid financial wisdom delivered straight to your screen. It's like having a money mentor in your pocket. Oh, and believe me, we're just getting warmed up. We've got a goldmine of finance wizardry coming your way. Ever wondered about the nitty-gritty of investment strategies? Or perhaps how to tame the beast called the stock market? Well, consider us your financial GPS. You're a part of the Investing Iguana family now. And every like, share, and subscribe is like a high five that keeps us going. It's like caffeine for our creativity, and we sure do love our coffee. So, thanks for sticking around. Remember, the road to wealth is paved with informed decisions. Stay curious, keep learning, and let's grow together. See you in the next video for another exciting episode of Finance Fun. Adios amigos.